Greetings, dear viewers, and welcome back to No Man's Sky. Alright, so, oh man, we got lots of graphical hitching here. That's okay. I realize there are some things that I can do. I've read over the past few days that there are some configurations that you can change in the files of the game. I haven't done anything like that yet. I figured it recorded fairly well last time. I don't really want to go changing anything right now. I sort of want to wait for the developers to just release a performance patch. So until then, I think I'm just going to leave the game as it is, because once again, I created 3 episodes before this, and they weren't, as far as the technical issues concerned, they weren't terrible. Like the technical side of things wasn't that bad. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave it for right now. If things continue to bother me a little bit about like the hitching and things like that, then I will take some steps if there hasn't been a patch yet. A little bit later in future sessions. So the next few videos are going to be completely unmodified as far as the files are concerned, and we're just going to play as it is. Wow, we got some wildlife up there. Okay, so let's see. You do F, right? You press F. And you click to zoom? No, right click to zoom. I should be able to get a scan off on one of these. Or are they too far? I think they're too far. Okay, well, let's start off by collecting a few resources. I'm just getting situated again, and we landed our ship right outside somebody's home, or some merchant's home, or something. I'm not sure what he is. But let's just get exploring. I've learned a little bit more about this game, but honestly, not a whole lot. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't do it, friend. One? Okay, if I hold still, are they just gonna leave me alone? Probably. Alright, so one thing I read in the comments of my videos is that if you melee and jetpack, you get a huge speed boost while on the ground. I don't know what my melee key is. It's Q. I don't think that's very good. We'll make it V for right now. Oh wait, V is marked as red. Does that mean that there's other things that utilize V? I kind of want my middle mouse to be my melee, to be honest. That's grenade. What is G? Let's find where G is. Let's find where G is. Okay, I don't think there is a G, so I want grenade to be G, not mouse 3. Okay, and I want melee to be mouse 3. Now, if I hit apply, is there an apply? Is there an apply? There's only a reset to default, so I don't know if this is going to actually do the thing. Return is P? Why is return P? What in the world? So there's my melee. So I've heard that if you jetpack in melee, you get a speed boost. Or is it run, melee, jetpack? Oh, I see, because when you're running in melee, you do a forward little, like a forward step. So a small charge. So if you combine jetpack with that, there it is. I hit something while doing it, but yeah. Let's try that again. Oops. Whew. That is awesome. That is really cool. I like that. So anytime you're trying to get around on the ground, you go into a sprint, and then melee and jetpack. Woohoo, baby! Yoo-hoo! I love it! That feels good. Or can I just jetpack and then melee? Nope, that doesn't work that way. You've got a melee, and during the little short charge forward, you activate your jetpack. I love it! That's fun! Oh man, there are a lot of complaints about this game. This game is getting so much negative attention, and I almost feel like some YouTubers are agreeing just for the views. Oh, I shouldn't say stuff like that. I'm sorry. I try to keep stuff like my opinions of other YouTubers and how they behave out of my content. I really do. I don't want to participate in the drama. But I will say that oh, this is so good! I will say that this game is getting a lot of negative attention. And I understand why. The technical issues are unacceptable, and the game doesn't seem to have enough content to warrant whatever the price tag is right now. I think this game is probably worth the cost at about $20 to $30, anywhere in between that range. Favoring the mid or lower side of that range. But I really don't know, to be honest. I haven't yet experienced everything this game has to offer. So I don't know if the content is actually that... I don't know if it's actually that content light. But I have to say, the game is fun, and in the end, that's what matters. Ultimately, that's what you're looking for in a game. I almost feel like we have a lot of expectations and standards that we set upon games, things that we expect to find in a game, never paying attention to whether or not the game is fun to play, and instead trying to check off this list of things that we expect. No free slots in suit inventory. So let's send some stuff over. I think it's X to do so. Let's send some plutonium over. Okay, we're gonna have to figure out how to manage our inventory better. Alright, so one thing I want to do real quick is hit up my mining beam, and we're gonna recharge that with this stack. Okay, good. And a little bit from here. Sounds good. So now we have one more free slot here. And I want to see if I can trade some of this. Let's... Maybe Duderman Jones over here will have something. Ooh, that's no good. That's no good. I'm gonna charge this up. Do I really want to use this cell for that? Maybe. It does take up a stack. Oops. Well, I might have considered using that for... Actually, it didn't give it a whole lot of power, right? We're still at 99% here. Oh, you can also select an isotope and then select something that needs recharging, and it'll recharge it. That's fun. So I think it just dropped down to 99% after the next tick or whatever this game uses. Alright, let's get in here. Woohoo, baby! I love this new move. Ow, that hurt. So no, like I said, I feel like we're just going off this checklist of things that we impose upon games these days, never paying attention to whether or not the game is fun to play. But again, those who can't play it have every right to complain. But those who can play it and complain about other issues they're nitpicking about and giving the game bad scores on that, without even mentioning whether or not what they played was fun, that to me seems a little off. Of course, the price tag does justify a lot of what they're saying, to be honest. The game really should be at about a $20, $25 cost for what's here. But anyway, I mean, I feel that might be the case. Anyway, so this is a geologist entity. A Torrenti. Alright, Duderman Jones. Let's interact with you again. He's talking to me, but I don't understand him. Analyzing from head to foot. It chitters animatedly, its head tilted to one side. I can give uncommon silicates. Let's see if it gives me anything for that. Mild disappointment. It rests its hand on my visor and thanks me for the transfer of the words of its people. I have learned the Korvax word for rare and for warning. I think we have that already. Alright, so it's trying to teach me its language. Can I interact again? Standing irrelevance. Irrelevance, yeah. Request healing. Request fuel. Request shield discharge. The electronic life form pauses its work, looks up, and focuses its mask. Lights in my visor, on my visor. It waits for my request, but seems desperate to get back to its vital research. Alright, I'm just bothering you, man. I'm sorry. Okay, you go about your work then. 20 carbon required. Okay, I need carbon for that. For the next interaction there. So, I think I have some carbon on my ship. Let's see if I can offload some of this stuff. That's one of the reasons I was talking to him. Seeing if I can... Oh, a journey milestone was accomplished. What did I do? Also, I gotta be careful because my heads-up display. Setting out. Traveled 5,000 units. Or U. I don't know what U is. Cool. That's pretty neat. My visor was telling me that there was a hostile creature nearby. So, we're gonna head up the ship here, and we want to check out what's in the inventory. Because in here, we have probably some carbon. Do I have carbon in here? I do. I do not want to discard my carbon. I want to move this. Can I just hit X to move it to my inventory, or do I have to go to my exosuit now and drop it here? Click. Nope, that's to install tech. I don't want to install technology in this right now. I need as many inventory slots as I can get, so we're gonna go back to the... Oh man, that's one thing that kind of blows. I hit multi-tool up here, and it moves my cursor to the middle of the screen instead of leaving my cursor up here. So if I click on Starship to see stuff in my Starship, my cursor goes back to the middle of the screen. Very abysmal controls here. But I'm sure that's something they can work on. In any case, I'm trying to figure out how to move carbon from my ship to my suit. I think it's probably just X. There we go. Now these fascination beads, it's a trade commodity. Okay. It says so up at the top in the green title bar. So they need these. Total value 12,375 units. I think I can trade these at space stations or something like that. So I'll need to sell this off. Now as for iron, I don't know. Platinum, iridium. This will open up one slot. What does the pulse engine need? It needs Thamium 9. I've got to figure that out. But I think we're okay for now. Let's go see if he'll accept some carbon. It says we needed 20 to interact with him. Let's see what else we can get him to teach us, or if there are any other services he might offer. Jetpack controls feel great, though. I don't think I want to interact with his stuff. What? Yeah, my inventory is full. I'm trying to give him stuff. Ugh. Well, let's go ahead and discard this platinum, because we've already given him platinum. So, I will middle click to discard. Okay, that's awkward. There we go. Still waiting for my request. Did I give him carbon? I think I did. This has 1920, or 190 out of 250. Let's do this again. 1920 by 1080. That's what I was thinking. Okay. Now it's at 170. So apparently I can give him carbon for days, but it's not going to increase my standing with him or open up any other services. I don't see the point. Anyway, let's get moving. Since our inventory is full, what I really need to do is hit up a space station and see if I can sell some of these trade commodities now. Let's get off this planet for this particular... at this particular point, and see what we can find. Let's do a quick scan right quick. I don't need any more resources. What is that sound I hear, though? I don't know, but there seems to be an item off in this direction. Probably in a cave beneath us. Very well, dear viewers. So good. And now... launch thruster at 75%. Alright, so I don't know if we're going to meet that guy again, because I don't know if we can, like, mark sections of the map. There's a question mark right there. And there's another place. Well, our goal is to get to a space station, so let's go check it out. Whoa, holding shift. Woohoo, baby! Let's do this! Uh-oh, collision! Oh! Slow it down. We got some other ships up here. Are they like warships or something? Yeah, baby. Let's do this. As terrible as these controls are, I can figure them out. I can work with them. They really need to make it so that we can change roll to the mouse. Right now it's A and D. This is A. And D would go the other way, like so. Alright, let's slow down. Holding S to slow down. See, that's roll. That's just wrong. A and D should be yaw. Right now, yaw is on the mouse, and that's backwards from basically every game I've ever played, so my control schemes aren't quite right. So this looks like a battleship. Whoa, okay, see, this is why. I tried to do something and couldn't. Instead went flopping around in space because the controls are terrible. If this were a Reaver, man, I'd be flying circles around all this. Or even just a jet, like in Grand Theft Auto, because those control just like Reavers. And that's how games should do it. There should be a standard, the same way there's a WASD standard. There should definitely be a flight control standard, especially considering the lineup of games coming out in the future. Just saying! So anyway, we got this ship right here, and I'm a little interested in it. Okay, slow down. Let's think carefully about each control. Let's be methodical about it. We're trying to slow down. What is that? Defense turret reinforced. Destroy? No, I don't want to attack that thing. I don't know who these guys are. I don't think I can do anything with that cool ship off to the left. Let's try this. Container. Am I out of fuel or something? No, I'm good. Ooh, that looks like a docking bay or something underneath that ship. I should turn off those notifications. Alright, let's slow down. It's shielded, clearly. I don't want to open fire. I just want to see if I can fly into it. Slow down. I don't think I can. This seems silly. This seems very, very silly. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here before we destroy ourselves. Okay, well, let's find us a space station. There's that beacon on that planet. An undiscovered planet. How do I name things? I don't know what to call that planet yet. Arrive in 2 hours. Okay. Well, what about this space station? Arrive in 44, whatever. Let's get moving. 27 seconds, okay. Or even faster. Boom! Woohoo! So this is badass. Alright, we should slow down. Whoa, Thamium? Wait, I just encountered Thamium. Are these Thamium asteroids? They are! Well, well, well! Hang on a tick. We got this. There's one close by. Oops, we overheated. Guns. That one's out of range. Oh gosh, I hope I'm recording. I am. I wasn't sure I remembered. This is fun. Okay, apparently we can hold a lot of thamium. We're gonna stop our ship here. Out of curiosity, I would like to see how much it takes to charge this. Let's see. Pulse engine recharge. Actually, we have like half a stack already. Okay. So with that working, our spacebar should now let us jump. Is this a jump drive? Pulse engine, starship flight booster. Space flight propulsion boosts on-demand pulse jumps through local system. Alright, this is our pulse jumps. And these are our thrusters. I think our thrusters just launch and land. Right. And our pulse engine, which apparently we haven't used it because it hasn't been charged up till now. So our thrusters, we apparently don't have any sort of like power source that gets used up when we use shift, which is what we've been using to get around quickly. So that's cool. We don't have to worry about draining fuel whenever we shift around. Now let's see what these pulse jumps do. Hold space to initiate in-flight speed boost. Okay. Hold A and D together to engage pulse jump. Got it. So we hold A and D, and then we hold space to initiate the boost. Well, let's try it. I'm glad that they put the controls right there on the tooltip. Okay, so I think we hold A and D just like this. Pulse engine engaged. Are we moving? We are moving. And then space to engage pulse jump. Hold on. Slow down. That's the freaking space station. Woo! Slow it. Slow it. Slow it. Pulse engine offline. Space station proximity. Wow. We've arrived at a space station, dear viewers.